Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy Railton. I'll be your instructor for Business Law 1 this summer. The purpose of this video is just to give you a brief walkthrough about how things are going to work. So we'll jump right in. The first link you'll see to the course is for the syllabus. More on the syllabus later. Let's dive into the course content first. The next thing you'll see is the course schedule. This will list all of your due dates for the summer. One thing to notice is that since we're compressing 16 weeks worth of work into 10, we're going to have to double up on chapters pretty much every week. The only exception being this first chapter, so we can sort of get you oriented into the course. There's only chapter 1 due by June 2nd. From then on, you'll see 2 chapters due per week. Brief pause for the midterm exam, and then the final exam will be open from August 1st through the 3rd. So if you have questions about due dates, here's where you look. My recommendation is you move all these due dates to your own personal calendar, just so you keep up and don't have to keep checking a bunch of different places. You can see my contact information here in Blackboard. You can also see it in the syllabus as you're looking at that. The next area is the Start Here area. This is where, if you're new to Blackboard, there's a lot of really good information here to help you get oriented and get moving into actually taking the course here. As far as our book goes, we'll be using Business Law by Henry Cheeseman, the 11th edition. It's published by Pearson. You can rent the book. You can buy digital access from the bookstore. If you're using financial aid, that's probably the way you want to go. If you're not on financial aid, if you're paying out of pocket, you can go to the Pearson website. You can rent it for $10.83 a month, but you're sort of locked into 6 months there. So it's like $60 and some change to rent the book for the semester. If you find an old hard copy really cheap somewhere, you can buy that too. We're not doing the work in Pearson, so you just have to have access to the book in some form. So however you get that is fine with me. If you buy the access card from the bookstore, it's a little bit of a process to get it activated. So that's why I put this book activation help section here that sort of walks you through what to do to get that activated. The last important item in here is the course entry quiz. You don't need to know anything to do this. It only takes you a minute or two, but it's incredibly important to do so that you stay in the course and you aren't accidentally withdrawn for non-participation. So maybe it's a good idea just to pause the video here, go do the course entry quiz so you're good to stay in, and then pick back up. Now, let's say you're ready to jump into Chapter 1. You just click on the Chapter 1 folder. It opens up where you can look at your learning objectives. You can see a lecture video. You can access the chapter PowerPoint in here to see your the notes and follow along. You can look at key terms for the chapter. Some flashcards are available. Then there will be some additional links to some outside resources. And that's in the study materials area. Now, if you've gone through all that, you're ready to do the assignments. There will be a quiz, the Chapter 1 quiz, and then a written assignment for Chapter 1. We call that the ruler for a day assignment. So you can jump right in and do those. Once you get used to that chapter structure, the same structure holds for pretty much every chapter as you proceed down. So after Chapter 8, there will be a break. We take the midterm exam, pick back up, go all the way down to the final exam. That will only become available when it's listed in the course syllabus, but just so you know where it is. So that's the general structure of the course. Now let's look at a couple policies. So we're going to shift over to the syllabus just so you have a better idea about how things are going to work. Redundant instructor contact info here if you ever want to contact me. I actually enjoy speaking with students, especially when I talk about the course content. I'd love to engage you on that just because it's a little bit more personal than just doing stuff online. Okay, so again, you can see the textbook information and a link out to their website. This is new to syllabi for the summer, which is the AI policy for the college overall and for our course specifically. For our course, we're not going to be using AI tools. I will provide you with the resources you need to do the assignments, your chapter, PowerPoint, chapter video, reading the chapter itself, and then I may even link you to some sources in the assignment instructions that you can use in order to find what you need in order to do those assignments. So we're not going to be using AI. Some of you will have been used to using Grammarly to help out with grammar and stuff like that. But Grammarly is also considered to be AI nowadays, so let's don't do that either. And then we'll have a good summer. I have to withdraw people who don't participate for 21 consecutive calendar days. So if you're just keeping up with the chapter due dates, as I have them in the course schedule, that's not going to be an issue for you. If something in your life happens to where you're going to have to miss a week or something like that, reach out to me so I know you're not just falling behind and I don't withdraw you without that being your intent. We can form a plan to figure out how to manage that if you contact me in advance. The way your grade is going to be calculated is 35% are the chapter assignments. Those can be case studies, short essays, things like that. 35% will be chapter quizzes. 10% will be the midterm exam. 20% will be the final exam. We use a standard 10-point scale, so 90 to 100 is an A and so forth. I do accept late work. There are some caveats. One is that you can only do it up to 6 days past the due date, and there will be a 10-point penalty per calendar day past the due date. So you don't need to ask permission to do a late work. Just do it as quickly as you can to minimize the penalty, and then let me know when you're done so I know to go back in there and update your grade from a 0 to, something higher than that, hopefully. Two exceptions to this policy is the final due date, the final chapter's work, and the final exam. Those are pretty firm because I have to get grades completed and submitted on time. I think that's all we need to talk about for course policies overall. So, yes, you can do late work. It's okay. Just go and do it as fast as you can. Ideally, we keep up with all the course due dates so we don't have any penalties, we don't have any zeros, we don't have anything like that. But I know life gets complicated, and so that's fine. Standard 10-point scale. The course structure is I try to keep it pretty simple overall, but if you find yourself confused, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you through. I think that's enough for you guys to get started. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, let's have a great summer.